And I've got with me on my channel my buddy. He's a worship leader. His name's Eric Roberts. And we are going to just talk about some random stuff and give God praise on the channel. And we're going to talk about freedom and being set free, living free, and just having a good time in the Lord and enjoying your salvation. This is actually my first video, my first video on the channel, other than the podcast episodes that I've got up. So it's kind of cool that be here, do this live. This is pretty much just improv. We don't have anything in particular that we want to talk about, so we're just going to have a good time, and you can just join in and give us some prayer requests. Let us know how we can pray for you and what you need God to do in your life. Ephesians 3:20 says that God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or even think. That means if you can think it, God can do it. He can do more than you can even think about. So if you got something on your mind, something you need God to do, don't hesitate to tell us about it, because, we'll ask him. We'll ask him and he'll meet you where you're at. He can certainly do it. So,
are you going to be preaching? Look, we have one viewer. Who's watching?
I have no idea, man, but somebody's there. So anyway, let's talk to Eric. So this is Eric Roberts. He is a worship leader. Tell us about yourself and what you have on. You've got your own channel with a lot of subscribers. And
yeah, well, it all started in the the 7th grade?
Something like that.
Was it the 7th grade? Yeah, worship the King. Go to Worship the King. Actually, I'll just go ahead and put my link right there in the comments.
Some Gold Pig tea here. So that's my favorite.
What? Did you just fill it up?
Unsweetened, of course. Yeah.
Did you fill it? Look what I have. Your cup is just like some kind of...
Mine's disposable. It'll end up in the ocean. Mine will. But
look at that Aldi cheap cup you got.
I actually think Sam's stuff, but yeah. But yeah. So tell us more about your channel, though. You got a pretty good thing going on.
Yeah, if you want to learn how to play guitar like Todd, you can go over there. You got to start with 4 chords. Before you get real good and fast like Todd, you got to learn your G chord, your C chord, your E minor, D. Which, by the way, that Danny Chambers song that I played for you earlier, that was 4 chords. 4 chords, well, like every other song in the universe.
G, C, D, and E minor. Yeah,
I believe it went G to D to E minor to C. So it was that was 1 to 5 to 6 to 4, and so I'm a guitarist, teacher, extraordinaire. Basically, learned everything I know from Todd. Then I wrote these books: Worship the King, worshipbandbuilder.com. And and this is I'm streaming from my studio in Nashville, where I moved 2 years ago, so I could meet people like Rob Frazier from Petra, and I'm going to name drop some people here now.
Name drop, man. That I used to name drop, but Burt Reynolds told me I should stop. So,
dude, I cannot name drop, dude. But I regret. I should have looked up Danny Chambers. But I will tell you that I looked up Daryl Evans the other couple weeks ago on YouTube, mm-hmm. and I commented on his video because he lives in I don't know, Massachusetts or something. I don't know where he lives. It's not close to here, Minneapolis. Anyway, he hearted my comment yesterday. Yeah, Daryl Evans liked my comment, dude.
See, I heard that, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard he was, well, at least in his prime, the worship leader at the large Bible church in the United States. I don't know.
Daryl Evans?
Can you verify that? Yeah, that's what I heard.
Are you talking Daryl Evans?
Yeah, the Daryl Evans.
Lincoln Brewster. Okay, I don't know.
Daryl Evans. Lincoln Brewster, to my understanding, used to be, and we could just be spreading a lot of false info here, but I did hear that Lincoln Brewster was the worship leader for Danny Chambers at Oasis Church in Nashville, in your neck of the woods. And for those of you who don't know who Danny Chambers is, he's got a lot of music on YouTube here, and he recently just passed away, which was very sad to hear. I listen to him almost daily. He's got some great songs, and I just sent one to Eric which he heard and then began playing in like 5 seconds because Eric's just a good musician like that.
What was it called? What was that one called? It was called
The one that I sent you was
yeah.
"Sing Over Me Again."
Okay. Now, hold on. Do you really listen to Danny Chambers every day, or just because he passed away, you said that?
No, I was listening to him just like 2 days before. I mean, he's been on my mind a lot recently, just because it goes back to when we were in high school. Me and Eric, well, he just told you we knew each other from back in junior high school, and then I was a bad kid, so I got sent away. Like my 8th grade year, I didn't spend it at the same school as him because I was a very troubled youth, and
Really?
so
Wait. You got sent away in the 8th grade?
well, I didn't get sent away. I got sent to a school for bad kids, and so that's where I went my
Wait,
8th year.
in the 8th grade you did?
Yeah, 8th grade, and you had to basically chart your progress and like you
What
would
do you mean? What were you doing that was so bad?
well, I mean, I slept in school. I didn't do my work. I, mouthed off to teachers. I was just a bad kid, and
So you're saying that
junior high I had some.
Delbert High School kicked you out into some, what was it, like some kind of,
Well, they had been suggesting it for years, and then I kind of like turned myself in. I guess at one point I was like, "Okay, Mom, I just don't want to be here. Just go ahead and send me to the school for bad kids." And some of these kids were really, really messed up. I mean, I know it sounds crazy.
I don't remember that, dude.
I know you don't remember anything, but from our past. But yeah, I went there and I was there for. I don't know. Well, I guess I got out of that school faster than anybody. I set a record in a school for bad kids because you had to kind of graduate out of it. It was like you had to start at the bottom, and then every so many weeks or whatever, you could move up a level, and then after you got so far, then you could go back to your home school. And if you did something wrong, you would lose points, and you could get knocked down a level and that sort of thing. So that's kind of what happened. But yeah, I made it out of there pretty quick. Got back, and then my 9th grade year is actually when you and I really became friends, because it was the summer before we started 9th grade that we started meeting at your house a lot. And Eric lived right behind my house. So he was real close. We had these like woods right behind where I would come from my end and he would come from his, and we'd kind of meet in the middle. And there was like this hill that we'd go up. And
there was a big hill with woods. I mean, I had to walk through a ton of woods. And then there was like this big cliff that went down into the creek. So,
right.
I mean, we had to climb up this hill.
But that hill was a special place for you in a couple of ways. Why don't you tell everybody that? Unless you forgot.
The Somewhere in Nowhere Hill, dude. Is that what we called it?
We had a song called "Somewhere in Nowhere" that we wrote in our sophomore year, and so we called that hill there. It was kind of somewhere in the middle of nowhere. But Eric actually got saved there.
I got saved on Somewhere in Nowhere Hill. Then I what did I do? Smoked a lot of cigarettes on that hill before I was
that too.
That's all we sit up on the hill.
And then I think I was recently saved, and I still did that too because I got saved, and then I had a 4 spiritual laws track from Campus Crusade for Christ, and there was a prayer in the back of it, and I gave it to Eric, and I said, "Hey, you're just going to pray this prayer," and I just pretty much made him get saved, and that was that. And so
we were smoking cigarettes. No, we weren't smoking cigarettes that day
at that time. Yeah, because I still was.
Oh, we probably were. Yeah.
I was a new Christian, and I hadn't been delivered yet, and so I was like, "All right, well, you're saved now because you prayed the prayer," and we're like, "Let's celebrate." And so we lit up a cigarette, and and that's what happened. And then
that part.
Yeah, and then
I lived my whole life again talking to you. I can't remember anything. So wait, I got saved, and then we celebrated. We lit up the smoke and celebrated.
We did.
That's how you have church. That's how you have church right there. Yeah, to get saved, light up, and then not the wacky tobacco. We're just talking about the old Marlboro lights.
Right, that's what they were. 100s actually, because you got more for the money. And when you're underage, it's harder to get them. So
hard to get them, yeah.
So then, it wasn't too long after that though that I started feeling conviction about it, and I'll just tell my story real quick. So we're kind of all over the place here, but who cares? We're just having fun. So I had two cigarettes left in a pack, and I'm like, I know God doesn't want me to do this. I'm going to get set free. And I was like, I'm going to smoke these last two, and I'm going to be done with this, and that's it. And then I just thought, no, actually, I'm not going to finish these last two. I am going to take these last two. I'm going to crush them, and I'm just going to believe God to set me free. And you know what? That's what happened. I took the last two. I was like, I'm done with this. I crushed them. And when I did, it was actually a pretty awesome experience because I felt different somehow. I don't know how, but I just felt this this lightness, like something left me almost, and I just never had any desire after that to do it again. So God just set me free, and that's when we were like, I think I was 16 at the time. So so that was a pretty miraculous deliverance, and
wait a minute, we were 16 in the. Dude, we were way older than 16. We were juniors in high school.
We'd
already been 16.
Are you sure? No. Well, you had, but your birthday's in August. I was.
Okay, so maybe you were 16, just getting ready to turn 17.
Well, actually, you know what? I'm trying to think. My birthday's in November, so I might have been ready to turn 17.
Yeah, because that probably happened to you in like October, dude, or September, October. Because mine, I think I got saved like November 4th.
Yeah.
Or is that election day? I got saved on election day. Is that possible?
Maybe. We didn't vote yet.
It was October 3rd. It was October 3rd or November 1st. I'll figure it out. Nobody cares about that date. But yeah, it was in the fall.
It happened. It was somewhere around fall or winter. It might have actually been. I might have been 17. I can't remember all the exact times, but I know I was 17 when I got.
Well, I'll tell you exactly what it was. Didn't I go? Okay, so I went to the Career Center because I didn't want to do real school. My 11th year. Okay, 11th grade. So that's okay. So I went to the Career Center because I didn't want to do school, and I thought I could just go there and smoke weed and do whatever I wanted to do. And I was like, I'm going to go do this. And I was crap at school. I was the worst kid in school at that time because I was just basically doing a lot of drugs and not even doing anything right. But then I got saved while I was at the Career Center. And then I was like, I need to come back so I came back midway through our sophomore or junior year. That's when you go, right? You go junior and senior year, right? So it wasn't our junior year. It was like, probably like right at the beginning of our junior year. I went to the Career Center and then I got saved and I told my dad, hey, I'm saved. He's like, okay, I don't know if he believed it or not. I know he didn't believe it at first because I was getting ready to go to drug rehab. They were like threatening to send me to drug rehab, if you remember that. So I was like, dude, just cancel the drug rehab bus. I don't have to go there because I'm a Christian now. My dad's like, okay, we'll see how this goes. And so it was in our junior year. Then we started evangelizing.
It's important to note that his dad was a pastor's kid too, so he didn't have a whole lot of
kid. I think I know my dad thought I was just messing with him. I know he totally thought I was trying to get out of going to drug
rehab. He knows how that works, when you play the Jesus card. Like, I'm a Christian now. So.
He was a pastor's kid. He probably he knew the Jesus card. That's funny, dude. Yeah, he literally. I told him I got saved. He was like, well, we'll see about that. He said, we'll something like we'll know by the fruits of your life if this is true. Like he basically said, we'll see.
And so it went from that to later on. He knew we were serious to where he told us, you guys aren't strong enough Christians to cast out demons or anything like that, So it always had it downplayed somewhere, like.
Wait, he did? He said that? Yeah, I guess he probably did.
He did, yeah. He said, you two aren't strong enough Christians to do stuff.
You're right. I forgot that's like the Baptist, that's funny to hear that, like the Baptist.
Yeah, your grandpa's a Free Will Baptist preacher.
Yeah, Free Will Baptist.
Yeah,
dude, we have this one viewer right now, and I'm just wondering, like, what could they possibly be thinking?
That's listening to us. About the old days, yeah.
Yeah, that's only part of the story. This wasn't supposed to be the episode of our entire life story, but after that, we started casting out demons right at our high school. Everybody hated us.
Yeah,
Basically,
we started. We put the devil on the run, man. We got pulled into the principal's office at one point. I mean, we went from total rockers, the long hair and everything, back when rockers had long hair, and then we got pulled into the principal's office, and he said, "Can you guys quit preaching the Bible to people?" And we're like, "No, we can't."
was
That was Principal Winkle.
Rose? Oh,
Vice
Winkle?
President?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he said, "Yeah, you guys got to stop." And we said, "No, we're not going to stop." And we never did stop, and so people were just annoyed, and that's how it was. But we saw a lot of people get saved, and I
2020 was bad.
What's that?
You thought 2020 was bad, man. 1994 was bad in Bellbrook High School, man.
Yeah. Except I think we got saved in 95 because, like you say, we were juniors. 94 is when we were still rocking and released our
dude, you got a good memory, but your math is way off. Okay, 94, 95, 95, 96.
95, 96.
We got saved in the winter of 94.
Second half in 94. Yeah, you're right. Okay, you're right. My math is bad. You're right. It's my math.
95, 96, we graduate.
Yeah.
So it was like it
was the beginning of 95.
Yeah, beginning of 95 was turmoil times at Bellbrook High. People were killing themselves.
That's true. We had a couple of suicides and
beating crap out of people, punching people's faces into the ground.
Yeah.
Chasing people around, chanting Christian, onward Christian soldier. And we were just trying to cast demons out of everybody.
That was until I actually developed a better theology of on deliverance, and actually, that's when I was still just kind of believing everything I saw on TVN. But
everything you saw on TVN, you believed it.
Yeah, if you read my book here, then you would actually
show the book again. Flash that book. Hold on. Flash the book out there. I'll give you a full screen, baby. Yeah, is that the final book with the cover?
This is the one with the cover. That's
because I had that book and I gave it to you. That's my book. I paid for that book.
This is your book. You bought it. You bought this book.
I bought that book, and then
believe it or not, I don't actually have a copy of my own. I've never bought one. This is yours. I'll have to give this back to you someday. I just use it to show off on here. But anyway, you wouldn't see on there a bunch of stuff about necessarily casting out devils out of people. Unless they're demon possessed. If they're demon possessed, then you can cast out the devils. But this book actually is more specifically about Christians who are oppressed by the devil. And if you're a Christian, Satan wants to oppress you. He wants to keep you from running the race that God has set before you. And actually, ironically, I've got my Bible right in front of me, right here, and it's open right to there. Hebrews 12. 1 and 2. And I'm going to read that real quick because I just want to say something about it. Therefore, we also, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which so easily ensnares us, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us. Whoops, I just bumped my microphone. Verse 2, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and has sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. A lot of people, when they talk about this and they talk about the cloud of witnesses that surrounds us, I've heard it taught that people believe that the people in heaven that are up there in heaven, they're the cloud of witnesses. They're looking down on us like there's some sort of spectators just cheering us on. And while that sounds good and it preaches well, that's not at all what it's saying. The cloud of witnesses really is those that were before us in Scripture, that is. So you hear about David and Goliath. Okay, well, David, he's part of that. We're surrounded by people who have been there. They've done that. We can look back on what they've done. We can learn from what they encountered, how they overcame. That's what the cloud of witnesses is. It's not people cheering us on in heaven. While that sounds good, I don't even know that the people in heaven can see us down here, and I really don't think they can. Scripture doesn't indicate that anywhere. But that's what it means. So we have the scripture, and we have the cloud of witnesses. So what it's saying is, we take that cloud of witnesses, since we are surrounded by them, since we have these testimonies of these heroes of the faith, then there's no reason at all that we can't run the race that God has set before us. So God has given us a race, and it says to run it with endurance. What does that mean? It means that you're going to need endurance, because it's not always easy. In fact, if you're a Christian, a lot of times it's rougher than it is for people who aren't Christian. We are going against the flow. We're going upstream. We're not going with the stream. We're going up it. So there's going to be challenges, and we're certainly going to have Satan trying to set us back, trying to keep us from running this race. And that's pretty much what I talk about in my book, is how to put Satan in his place. So how to lay aside the weights, how to get rid of that sin that's holding you back. So whatever it is that's holding you up, whatever's keeping you from running that race, that's what you need to be. All right. So Eric, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, but I'm trying to figure out how that. Hold on. I think I messed up your audio.
Messed up my audio. I'm hearing myself double. Now I'm not, but I was.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I just thought I'd throw that out there, doing a little quick preaching there.
So, yeah, man, you were preaching. I gave you the spotlight view, which will be cool. You'll be able to see that. Yeah, I don't know why I'm hearing you, but and this we'll talk more about this. So I guess we had some viewers, we had some stuff, and now I have to put my son to bed. So
yeah, I've got to go in and put my kids to bed too. So
and I need to figure out this audio issue. So I mean, you were hearing yourself double because I've got to fix this one thing, so I can hear you and it not feed it back into the system. But this is the beginning, I believe. What we've been talking about I should point over there. What we've been talking about for months is doing this right here, so we can start doing freedom encounters. Now,
yeah.
I mean, we're not going to do real freedom encounters, but we can start doing some of this and start praying for people. I can play some music, and honestly, I have all kinds of possibilities here to do this because I have my whole studio. You can't see it right now, but I'll set up for my studio so I can actually do some music, and you can do some preaching. Right? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm all for it. So, and plus, we can just have casual conversations like this and talk about the faith, talk about what God's doing, and
talk about anything, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And so we'll post these videos. I mean, this is going to be on the channel, right? This is going to stay. This is going to record.
It's already posted. Look at this, and if you can see the screen, I'm showing people that should just go to freedomencounter.tv. It's right here, and you can go to the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's brand new. The book is brand new, and the Freedom Encounter podcast is actually, he's got some stuff on there. You've got stuff on there too. I'm just showing stuff. You can listen to some of those. These are different things, and then you can go on Patreon. If you go right here to patreon.com/freedomencountertv, then you can actually, I'll copy and paste that link into the comments. You can actually support the ministry, Freedom Encounter Ministries. And dude, this looks awesome. So yeah, you guys should all check that out. I put the links right there in the description. And so
if you come up with you got something you need prayer for, post it in the comments. We'll also draw from comments too that people post. While we're doing these, we can skim through older comments on other videos. If you post it, you need prayer, we'll bring them up and we'll just pray for you live on the thing. We'll pull your request. So be sure to post them, because we know that God will touch you, man. We know He will.
Yeah, we got prayer. We got prayer requests. We get a bunch on my Bible study session that we were doing on Facebook before. So yeah, if you post them this whole week, we'll pray for you tomorrow. Or post them tonight, we'll pray for you tomorrow, specifically for you. And I think this will be good. And also, yeah, Todd will probably get more into his book.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
but we can do. Obviously, we can. Dude, yeah, this is awesome though. This is like the first little widescreen set. Now, as long as you tell me what you're going to wear, so I don't match you, so I don't have a red shirt on.
Yeah. Well,
I'm never going to match you because I wear this shirt all the time. I wear either dark gray or dark blue, and you always wear red.
Actually, I was wearing a gray shirt right before I put this one on, but
Oh my gosh! Well, where's your bright green shirt at?
my bright green one is probably upstairs in my closet.
All right,
I'll have to
all right,
find it.
man. Well, I get the. We got to get your exit and intro music out. I think you can actually do that right here too as well, which would blow your mind. Can't really do any of that, but you can do a background if you want to show a background. You want to see a background? No, you don't want to see a background. What we need to do now is we need to go put our kids to bed because I have one. Todd has like 7 or 9. How many kids do you have? 6, 5 in the house?
I have 6. One just got married though, so I'm down to 5 in my house. But so I'm getting there. Eventually, when I'm like in my 60s, I'll be. I'm 42, so when I'm in my late 50s, early 60s, I'll have the house to myself, which is me and my wife. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you'll be old, and so will I be because my son's only 7.
Yeah.
So
well, my will be 2 in about 19 days. So
yeah, you've got a baby. That's
so
true.
I got a little while to go here. Mine are all over the place in age. So, yeah. All right. Well, everybody, thanks for watching. If you are watching this, and we'll have this to the channel, and check out the freedomencounter.tv, and we will be back with another one of these, and we'll see you again sometime. All right.